Welcome back to Dark Corners Streaming. We have, for our regular bad movie strand, reviewed a large number of 80s sword and sorcery films, and most, if not all, trace their origins to 1982's Conan the Barbarian, which you can stream on Disney+. Based on the character created by Robert E. Howard and brought to life by Arnold Schwarzenegger, a role that made his career. Epic in scale and uncompromising in its philosophy, it's a film from a time when action movie didn't automatically mean sarcastic quips and roguish leads whose limitations are defined by CGI rather than basic physics. Despite having in Schwarzenegger a hero who is legitimately bigger and stronger than everyone around him, Conan feels breakable. In fact, human. And his goals are similarly human. The land assuredly needs saving from cult leader Thulsa Doom.
That is strength, boy. That is power.
James Earl Jones on scene-stealingly good form. And of course there's a princess who assuredly needs rescuing. But neither of them is Conan's focus, and more importantly, they're not ours either. From the start, this is a story of a man seeking vengeance and freedom from his past. It's a personal journey, and if, along the way, Conan helps others, it is at best collateral heroism. So, why is that better than every similarly self-serving lead I have criticised for years?
And what are you? Thief!
Because Conan is never presented as a hero. Director John Milius had already made a name for himself as a director of dubious anti-heroes, and Conan's nature is right there in the title. He's a barbarian.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
That, incidentally, is Conan's first line, almost 25 minutes in, and he doesn't say much for the rest of the movie. Not because Schwarzenegger was struggling with a second language,
I have no tongue for it,
but because Conan is not a man of words. The movie's use of image rather than explanation is one of many things that raise it above its imitators. Obviously budget helps, but there's more. This is a fantasy world of giant snakes and animated demons. But it's very matter of fact. They don't stop and wonder. There's no seeking the lost jockstrap of Muntar the Disingenuous that will unite the seven houses and bring peace to the land.
Grant me revenge.
The people and their motivations are real world. They just happen to live in this one. And although this is a world of R-rated violence and occasional nudity, for the most part it doesn't feel gratuitous, it's part of the story. Another thing I like is that this walks a very fine line. When fantasy takes itself seriously, and this is as serious as they come, it runs the risk of being po-faced. When it's tongue-in-cheek, it runs the risk of undermining the world and the stakes. Conan is presented with the seriousness of a historical drama, and when the humour comes, mostly from Mako as the wizard, another fantastic performance.
I'm a wizard, mind you.
It's in context and in character. It is also an action-packed thriller, but somehow that matters less to me. Throw in the support of Sandal Berman and Jerry Lopez as Conan's fellowship, and you have a film that hits every cliched beat of the overblown quest narrative, but does so with a confidence that snarls, "This is not a joke. You will believe." Thanks for watching. Are you a fan of Conan the Barbarian? And what other films match it in treating fantasy as serious drama? Let us know in the comments below.